There is a moment in a man's life when something inside him breaks. Not loudly, not with drama, it breaks quietly. You wake up one day and realize the rules you followed were a lie. They told you, be kind, and the world will be kind back. Trust people, and they will protect you. Lead with your heart, and love will save you. But kindness made you invisible. Trust made you vulnerable. Love left you empty. That breaking point is not your end. It is your awakening. 500 years ago, Machiavelli saw this coming. He watched good men get destroyed because they refused to see the world as it really is. Not fair, not moral, but strategic. Life is a game. Cold, calculated, unforgiving. And the men who survive are not the ones who feel the most. They are the ones who learn control. If you are here, something broke you. Good. That version of you was weak, too open, too trusting, too exposed. That man is gone, and what rises next will not be soft. Pain is not a curse, it is training. Pain is not what destroyed you, it is what finally woke you up. Most men are taught to see pain as something unfair, something cruel, something that should never have happened to them. They ask, why me? They replay the moment again and again, hoping it will change. It never does. Here is the truth most people avoid. Pain is not random, it is instructional. Every betrayal you experienced taught you something. Every lie showed you a pattern. Every moment someone smiled at you while planning against you revealed how the world actually works, not how it pretends to work. Machiavelli understood this centuries ago. He did not study kind people in safe lives. He studied power, survival, and collapse. He watched good men fall apart because they believed people would treat them fairly just because they were fair. That belief ruined them. People do not move based on loyalty. They move based on advantage. They stay when it benefits them and leave when it does not. This is not cruelty. This is human nature. Machiavelli wrote that men will forget the death of their father sooner than the loss of their property. That sentence is uncomfortable because it is true. Interest burns deeper than emotion. Gain matters more than gratitude. When someone walked away from you the moment you stopped being useful, it was not because you were worthless. It was because you were no longer serving their needs. Once you understand this, you stop taking things personally and start seeing patterns clearly. Most men break here. They sit inside their pain. They replay conversations. They wait for apologies. They beg for closure from people who never respected them enough to give it. They turn pain into a prison. You will not. You will turn pain into discipline. Pain strips illusions away. Comfort keeps them alive. Comfort made you soft. Comfort made you predictable. Comfort made you blind to warning signs you should have noticed early. Pain forced you to pay attention. Pain sharpened your awareness. Pain trained your instincts. Pain showed you who people really are when there is something to gain or lose. Instead of hating your suffering, study it. Ask yourself what it revealed, what patterns repeated, who benefited, who disappeared when things became difficult. A man who survives pain without learning becomes bitter. A man who studies pain becomes dangerous. Dangerous not because he wants revenge, but because he no longer walks blindly. He moves with understanding. He chooses carefully. He protects himself without announcing it. Your scars are not signs of weakness. They are proof that you lived, lost, and learned. And a man who learns from pain cannot be easily controlled again. Pain was not your enemy. Comfort was. And now that comfort is gone, clarity takes its place. The mask is not fake. It is necessary. You used to show too much of yourself. Your emotions were written on your face. When you were angry, people saw it immediately. When you were hurt, they felt it. When you were unsure, they sensed weakness. You thought honesty made you strong. In reality, it made you exposed. The world does not reward emotional transparency. It studies it. Machiavelli understood this clearly. He said that people judge with their eyes, not with their minds. They believe what they see, not what is true. That is why appearance matters more than reality. You learned this the hard way. Every time you reacted emotionally, you gave people information. You showed them what bothered you. You revealed what mattered to you. You handed them a map to your inner world, and some of them used it against you. That era is over. From now on, you choose what to reveal. This is not about lying, it is about control. A mask does not mean you are fake, it means you are selective. It means you understand that not everyone deserves access to your real thoughts, your real feelings, or your real plans. Your emotions are power, and power must be protected. When someone insults you and you do not react, they lose control of the situation. They expected anger, they expected defense. When they get nothing, their confidence collapses. Calm is dominance. When someone tries to provoke you and you remain unbothered, they begin to question themselves. They wonder if you know something they do not. They feel exposed while you remain protected. Machiavelli taught that the strongest men are those who can appear calm in chaos and pleasant in danger. They do not reveal fear. They do not reveal frustration. They do not reveal excitement too early. They stay unreadable. An unreadable man cannot be predicted. A man who cannot be predicted cannot be controlled. Dark psychology confirms this. The person who controls their emotional display controls the room. When you show emotion freely, people learn how to manipulate you. They learn what buttons to press and when to press them. But when you master the mask, there are no buttons visible. Your calm becomes your currency. Your silence becomes your defense. Your neutrality becomes intimidation. You do not celebrate too early. You do not complain when plans fail. You do not explain yourself to people who are not entitled to explanations. You let results speak. This does not mean you feel nothing. It means you feel privately. You process internally. You decide rationally. The world does not need to know what hurts you. The world does not need to know what excites you. The world does not need to know what you fear. Let them guess. Confusion creates distance. Distance creates safety. Safety creates power. From this moment forward, your face is calm even when your mind is active. Your tone is steady even when pressure rises. Your presence is controlled even when emotions exist beneath the surface. This is not weakness, this is survival. And survival is the foundation of power. Trust less, observe more. Trust has destroyed more men than hatred ever could. Most men believe trust is a virtue. They think giving someone full access proves loyalty, strength, or love. In reality, blind trust is not noble. It is careless. Machiavelli never warned about imaginary enemies. He wrote about real betrayals. He watched men fall not because their enemies were strong, but because their friends were careless with power. Human beings are loyal to themselves first. This does not make them evil. It makes them human. People change when incentives change. They stay when it benefits them. They leave when it does not. If you understand this, you stop being surprised. Do not trust anyone completely. Not your closest friend, not your business partner, not the person who says they love you. This is not about living in fear. It is about living in fear. You can care for people and still protect yourself. You can work with people and still keep distance. You can love and still stay in control. Trust should never be total. It should be layered. Give people access slowly. Watch how they behave when things do not go their way. Observe how they speak about others when they believe no one is listening. Notice how their loyalty shifts when opportunity appears. Patterns never lie. Dark psychology shows that betrayal rarely comes from hatred. It comes from convenience. People betray when the reward feels bigger than the cost. And the closer you are, the more damage they can do. That is why boundaries matter. Do not hand anyone the keys to your entire life. Give them a room, not the whole house. Let them see enough to connect, never enough to control. The strongest men in history understood this rule. They smiled at their rivals. They worked with men they did not fully trust. They shook hands while keeping their guard intact. They did not isolate themselves. They did not expose themselves either. They stayed strategically distant. Trust is not something you give because someone feels close. Trust is something earned through time, consistency, and pressure, and it must be tested regularly. The moment someone violates trust, remove access immediately. No speeches, no second chances given out of emotion. Power is lost when boundaries are negotiated after they are crossed. This does not mean becoming cold or cruel. It means becoming selective, warm in appearance, cold in calculation. Let people feel comfortable around you, but never let them forget that you are watching, not suspiciously, calmly, quietly. When you trust less, you see more. When you see more, you are rarely surprised. When you are not surprised, you are rarely defeated. This is not pessimism. This is awareness. And awareness is what separates the man who gets played from the man who stays in control. Silence is your deadliest weapon. Most men talk too much. They speak when they are nervous. They explain when they feel attacked. They argue to defend their ego. They think words will save them. Most of the time, words expose them. Machiavelli observed that the tongue has destroyed more kingdoms than swords ever did. Words reveal intention. Words leak strategy. Words turn thoughts into weaknesses. Every time you speak without purpose, you give something away. Weak men feel uncomfortable with silence. They rush to fill it. They talk just to be seen, just to be heard, just to feel important. In doing so, they hand power to whoever is listening. Strong men are different. They understand that silence creates pressure, and pressure makes people reveal themselves. When you stay quiet, others start talking more. They fill the empty space with their fears, their assumptions, and their hidden motives. They explain themselves. They overshare. They expose what they never planned to reveal. Silence turns the spotlight away from you and onto them. Dark psychology teaches that silence creates a vacuum. Humans hate uncertainty. When they cannot read you, they start projecting meaning onto your stillness. They wonder what you know. They worry about what you might be planning. This unsettles them. When someone insults you and you say nothing, they lose balance. They prepared for resistance. They expected defense. Your silence denies them that satisfaction. When someone tries to provoke you and you remain calm, their strategy fails. They wanted emotion. You gave them emptiness. Nothing is more threatening than a man who cannot be emotionally pulled. Silence also sharpens your awareness. While others are busy speaking, you are watching. You notice tone changes. You read body language. You catch micro-expressions that words try to hide. You collect information while others leak it. From this moment forward, speak less. Choose words carefully. Let silence do most of the work. Do not explain yourself to people who already decided to misunderstand you. Do not argue with people who are looking for control, not truth. Do not reveal plans before they are complete. Let your actions speak when words are no longer necessary. Silence is not weakness. Silence is restraint. Restraint is power. A man who masters silence does not need to announce his strength. The room feels it the moment he stops talking. Kill your need for approval. The most invisible prison a man lives in is his need to be liked. It controls how he speaks, how he acts, and how he decides. He says yes when he wants to say no. He laughs at jokes that insult him. He lowers his standards to avoid conflict. He calls this being kind, but it is fear wearing a friendly mask. Machiavelli understood this weakness clearly. A man who needs approval will always be controlled by those who give it and punished by those who take it away. The moment your self-worth depends on someone else's opinion, you are no longer free. Approval is leverage. Dark psychology shows that the need to be liked is the easiest way to manipulate someone. Praise becomes a reward. Silence becomes punishment. Validation is given when you obey and withdrawn when you resist. Slowly, you stop acting in your own interest and start performing for acceptance. That is not strength. That is obedience. You were trained to believe that being a good man means being agreeable, that being respected comes from being liked, that harmony is more important than self-respect. This belief makes men small and manageable. A man who kills his need for approval becomes untouchable. He cannot be controlled by flattery. He cannot be broken by rejection. He cannot be steered by guilt. He does not need applause to move forward. He does not need agreement to stay confident. He does not shrink himself to make others comfortable. Let people misunderstand you. Let them judge you. Let them talk. Their opinions do not pay your price. Their approval does not build your future. You are not here to be liked. You are here to be effective. Once you release the need for approval, your decisions become clear. You stop negotiating with your own values. You stop explaining yourself to people who do not matter. You move based on logic, not validation. Freedom begins where approval addiction ends. See the game or be played. Every environment has a game being played. Every conversation has a motive beneath it. Every interaction has a direction someone wants it to go. The only difference between powerful men and powerless ones is awareness. Most men react emotionally. Something happens and they respond instantly. They get offended. They rush decisions. They chase opportunities without calculating the cost. This is not confidence. This is impulsiveness. Machiavelli warned against this behavior. Reactive men are easy to predict, and predictable men are easy to control. Strategic men pause. They observe before responding. They study before acting. They think beyond the moment in front of them. They understand that power is not about force, it is about positioning. Dark psychology calls this controlling the frame. The frame is how a situation is defined. Whoever controls it controls the outcome. If someone frames you as desperate and you accept it, you lose leverage. If a deal is framed as a favor and you believe it, you surrender power. Strategic men see the frame and break it. They do not rush to defend themselves. They do not accept narratives without questioning them. They reposition calmly and let others reveal their intent. They are not emotional, they are intentional. Stop being the man things happen to. Start being the man who decides what happens. Read the room before the room reads you. Observe who speaks the most and who benefits the most. Power is never accidental, it is engineered. Solitude is a twern, not a pizen. The world fears men who are comfortable alone. It teaches you that being alone means you failed, that silence means something is wrong with you, that if you are not surrounded by people, you are missing something. This is a lie. Loneliness is weakness. Solitude is strength. Machiavelli created his most powerful work while isolated. Removed from influence, noise, and distraction, his mind sharpened. Solitude gave him clarity the crowd never could. Most men avoid being alone because silence forces them to face themselves. No distractions, no validation, no escape, just truth. Strong men do not run from this. In solitude, you think clearly. You stop absorbing other people's beliefs. You stop reacting to social pressure. You build a mind that belongs to you. A man comfortable alone cannot be pressured by the crowd. He does not bend to trends. He does not fear rejection. He does not need constant stimulation to feel alive. Solitude builds independence. Independence builds power. Disappear for a while. Work in silence. Let people wonder. When you return changed. Solitude is not your punishment. It is your preparation. Cult does not maim, heart less. The world keeps repeating a dangerous lie. They say that when a man becomes cold, he becomes cruel. They say that when he stops reacting emotionally, he loses his humanity. They say that choosing logic over feelings turns him into a monster. That lie exists for one reason. It keeps men weak. A cold heart is not a dead heart. It is a protected heart. Machiavelli never taught men to be evil. He taught men to stop being naive. There is a deep difference between cruelty and clarity, but most people are too emotional to see it. Cruelty is destruction without purpose. Clarity is removal without emotion. The cold man does not destroy people out of anger. He does not seek revenge. He does not act from impulse. He simply removes what threatens his peace, his future, and his stability. He still feels. In fact, he often feels more deeply than those around him. But he has learned something rare. He has learned discipline over emotion. Before pain shaped him, emotions controlled his decisions. When he was angry, he reacted. When he was lonely, he settled. When he was hurt, he begged for understanding. Those moments cost him his dignity. Pain taught him a new rule: feel everything. Decide nothing emotionally. The cold man allows emotions to exist, but he does not give them authority. His mind sits on the throne. His feelings are advisors, not rulers. This is not suppression. This is command. Dark psychology reveals that emotional reactivity is the easiest weakness to exploit. Society prefers men emotional because emotional men are predictable. They lash out when provoked. They forgive when they should walk away. They chase comfort instead of growth. Anger makes men reckless. Desperation makes them obedient. Sentimentality makes them blind. The cold man breaks this cycle. He pauses when insulted. He waits when tempted. He thinks when others panic. This pause is terrifying to people who rely on emotional control. They cannot push his buttons because he has removed the wiring. When the cold man loves, he does not lose himself. He does not abandon his mission. He does not sacrifice self-respect to keep someone close. He understands that love without boundaries becomes a leash. When he cares, he does not cling. When he commits, he does not surrender power. When he walks away, he does not look back. This is not heartlessness. This is self-preservation. The world tells men to wear their hearts on their sleeves. What it does not tell them is that exposed hearts get cut first. The cold man does not hide his heart because he hates the world. He hides it because the world has proven it does not deserve full access. Machiavelli understood this reality. He saw good men destroyed not because they lacked virtue, but because they lacked protection. They assumed others would play fair. They assumed loyalty was guaranteed. They assumed emotion should lead decisions. They were wrong. A cold man still has empathy. He still understands pain. He still recognizes suffering in others. But he no longer lets empathy override judgment. He no longer saves people who repeatedly harm him. He no longer sacrifices his future to prove he is good. Goodness without boundaries is weakness. The cold man sets boundaries without guilt. He enforces them without anger. He walks away without explanation, and that calm departure hurts more than any argument ever could. You are not becoming cruel. You are becoming untouchable. You are not killing your emotions. You are refining them. You are promoting your mind to leadership and demoting your feelings to guidance. Feel deeply. Move carefully. Decide coldly. That is the discipline of the awakened man, not broken, not bitter, just finally awake. Listening is easy. Change is not. Every day, the old version of you will try to return. He will beg you to be soft again, to reach out again, to forgive without respect. Do not go back. That man was losing. The man you are becoming is built through discipline, silence, and action. Cut what drains you. Distance from weakness. Guard your energy. You are either becoming powerful or remaining forgettable. There is no middle ground. This is your era. This is your transformation. And if these words woke something inside you, write this below. I am the storm they never saw coming. The game is yours now. Play it cold. Play it smart. Play to win.